This is Stories Untold. My name is Pulem Mulebati. Welcome to the show. Your half-an-hour dose of positive and uplifting news has officially started. Today we are going back in time with a 32-year-old Tabi. Born from rape and being a victim of rape, she is determined to put an end to this dark and inhumane cycle. This is Tabile's untold story.
This is Tabi, a tenacious 32-year-old. Born in the Alexander Township, her story is one of pain, anger, and yet a lot of courage. Born from a generation of confusion and a lot of sexual violence, her life was conceived through trauma.
My mom, she conceived me at a very young age. She was still a teenager when she conceived me. And she was still at school. So it happened that after conceiving me, as young as she was, I still even remember the day. I don't know the date, but I still remember the scenario and everything. So one day, I think I was 3 or 4, somewhere there. We took a bath, I was very close with my mom. I was too clingy, We took a bath, we took a taxi, we went to Soweto, to her relatives. So when we got there, everyone was happy, everything was just okay, the love, the warmth and everything, and I was the only child. They have a tavern there. And then now it's getting a bit late. And then, I'm standing by the gate. There comes my mom and aunt, and they're like, we're coming back, we're going to buy you nice things, meaning the sweets, this, that. I'm like, okay, I'll wait for you. So there's this short wall, those old walls that we had in the townships. I climbed one and I sat on top of it. I waited. When they left, they went down the road. That means on my right. Okay, up, down, up, down, no show. Suddenly, my aunt on the left, she shows up. She's alone. I'm like, okay, where's my mom? She's still buying more. She had something. She's still buying more, she's coming. And then it's dark. I'm waiting for my mom. No show. For months and months and years. Suddenly things changed. When I say they changed, now I get beaten up for no reason most of the time. Okay, why? What did I do? I was never a naughty child. I was so sweet and humble, chubby, So, I'm getting beaten up for no reason. I play, but I knew the time that this time I have to be at home. I played sometimes because I had lots of chores. By the age of 6, I knew how to clean, how to wash my own clothes. Now, here comes the thing. Every day, I would see kids wearing uniform. To me, it was like a fashion. It's trending. I didn't understand. I didn't know that kids go to school and they go to daycare. I never went to school or daycare until a certain age. The very same aunt that was with my mom, she left for university and then she came back. What grade are you in? I'm puzzled. I don't know what to say to her. I'm like, what are you talking about? And she was like, no, kids go to school. School? What is school? She had to explain everything, And then she took me to school. When I got to school, they said I'm too old to begin grade R. I had to start school grade 2. So academically, I was struggling a lot because I didn't understand a lot of things. I struggled a lot. So imagine you get beaten up at school and you also get beaten up at home every day. At school, even if I did do my homework, everything is just wrong. At home, when they have to help me with the homework, because I'm slow that time.
At a tender age, while staying with what was meant to be a trusted family in Soweto, Tabile was abused and confused.
Here comes someone that I trusted and loved, an uncle. He was not really a relative as such, but his dad was dating my other aunt. So he was molesting me, but that time I did not understand what was really happening. There was this thing that in me, it was like, this is not okay, but I was like, okay, maybe everyone is doing it,
finally, to her relief, she was moved back to stay with her parents.
I came back, I stayed with my parents, I was happy and all of that. I'm like, yay, I'm free. Only to find out that they're very strict. And I was not happy about that. But I changed because now inside something grew, anger and bitterness towards my mom especially. Like, how can she leave me there? Because all along I was blaming myself. Maybe there was something wrong with me or, things like that. But then I started being angry towards my mom and the bitterness and all that. I became very rebellious, as a child, very naughty. Started smoking at the age of 14, at the age of 16, drinking alcohol, 18, I started drugs. And I had this problem of committing suicide. No one knew about that ever since I was 12, actually, until I was 26. I always had something. It's like a loud voice telling me, like, what's the point of you living? Nobody loves you, not even your mom or dad. Just kill yourself. So I would do anything, cut myself, drink this, do that. It didn't work,
Her grandmother, also a victim of rape, but never shared her pain with her grandchild, saw some signs that Tabile was also in some pain and troubled.
Nalistold tu asamameli aira dilo tse seng sharp. Alistold ru bua ka o khalema ska etsa this and that and that and that. Asamameli. Alistold. Ne ke sa tlhaloganye gore ke eng. Up until yena ka bo yena tsatsi le leng a bua gore o na le bothata, o na le anger, o na le dilo tse ileng gore o ile a feta ko tsona le ko Soweto re sa di tsebe o utlwisisa na bona dilo gore ha robetse a bona dilo tse mo tshosang a lora ntho tse mo tshosang gore ha dutse fela a bona ntho tse seng sharp bona so ke yona ntho ileng ya metsa gore a di yeah.
For so long, Tabile wanted answers on why her life was filled with depth of blues, but didn't know an easier way of introspection until her mother and stepfather explained to her how she was conceived.
My parents, they call me for a meeting because now I don't stay with them anymore. That time I stayed with my grandmother because of my naughtiness and everything. They called me for a meeting. And then they throw me with this big bomb, something I was not expecting at all. And then they started telling me that, no, this is how you were conceived. Your mom got raped when she was a teenager by someone who was very dangerous in the township of Alexandra. People feared him. He's a very old man. Those times, Bankata, a Zulu old man, something like that. So the reason why you had to stay there in Soweto, she was trying to protect you because every time when you played outside, he would come with a black car and he would try to steal you. So unfortunately, whenever he tries to steal me, there's people, like they would see you, just snatch me away and take me back home, things like that. So she had to hide me.
Welcome back to the show and thank you for staying with us. Today we are documenting the story of Tabi Lechauke. Now the courageous young woman shares how she confronted her father seeking answers for what happened to her.
In pursuit of finding who she really was and finding her purpose, Tabile was conceived through rape and thought her life was turning out not so perfect because of that.
I was angry and at the same time I was happy. Why was I happy? I was like, oh, finally, these people, they were abusing me, things like that. Where else they were not abusing me, they were actually just being strict. They're not really abusing me. I'm like, yeah, I found my dad, things like that. And I did not believe the things that they told me. I never believed. I'm like, I cannot be that child.
Discovering who her biological father was, she was in denial about the horrific acts accused on him.
So I did my own kumbulekaya. I started searching because my mom told me, like, there's relatives here. You can go and ask them if you don't believe me and see if you're going to find the truth or not, So I searched for the guy and this is what happened. I found relatives. aunts and uncles. And so I didn't tell them the whole story of my mom being raped and everything. I just said, I'm looking for this person and I'm the daughter. Like, okay, he's alive, he's in KZN, let's call him. Then they called him and they never even mentioned my name. They just went like, there's a child here, she's from such and such place, the address only. And then already he just said, Tabi, mtana, ingane yami, kuningifuna. And I was like, oh, okay. Clearly this guy knows me, How? Why did they say such things about this guy? He even knows my name, They never mentioned my name. I was happy. And then it's like, no, I'm going to send money. She can come down and visit. Without any fear, I've never been to Natal. I went there when one of the uncles, he accompanied me to go there. I went there. They were very happy to see me, when I got there. The wife was like, oh, you're not the first child to come here and look for your father. You're not even the last. And so far, you are the 23rd. And there's still more. And I was waiting for him to confess and apologize. But unfortunately, he didn't. He acted as if like everything is normal. The daughter, he loves me so much, all that, And then I realized that the guy, he's very abusive towards the wife and the other kids, yeah. But I went there for a couple of months and then I thought, I'm not getting what I want. And he's not confessing or anything. He's acting as if like they had a relationship, with my mom. And my mom is like a daughter to him. So clearly this guy, he's not good. So yeah, I went back home. I never visited till today at all. I stopped visiting, from that age.
Tabi shared with Stories Untold on how not only she was a result of rape, but also a victim.
I also got raped. I think I was 17 years. But then I told myself that I'm not going to keep quiet because the person even promised to kill me, the very same day when he raped me. If I tell anyone or if I go to the police station, he'll kill me. And I was afraid, but then I told myself, I'm not going to keep quiet, I won't shy away. I'm not going to keep. Immediately that night, I went to the police station. Though it was hectic, I had so many challenges because the mother of the guy that raped me, she even offered me money. She offered me money, like, so that I can stop the case and all that. And only to find out that me opening up a case, it made other girls to come forward and also confess that this guy, this is what he did to us. But unfortunately, because there was no evidence, for them. But then this guy, he got a bail. After getting a bail, he raped someone from where he stays, a neighbor. He took advantage of the young lady.
Her turning point came when she least expected it. Her two daughters changed her perspective.
With taking the drugs, it was not a peer pressure or anything like that. I thought, okay, maybe this will kill me slowly as well. Other things are not working. And when I'm high, like, I forget about a lot of things, But no, it didn't help at all. It made me sick. I would like be up that energy for 3-4 days without any sleep. And then when I come back home, remember I have a daughter, my firstborn, I never bonded with her because now I'm always out there. When I come back Sunday or Monday, I'm tired. That thing has to come out. It's painful. I lock myself in the room. And my parents didn't know. They thought, this one, she has a hangover or something, only to find out it was more than that, But eventually, I think it was 4 or 5 years ago from now, after conceiving my last born, it had to all stop. I did not do it alone by the grace of God. I did not do it. Yes, I didn't go to a rehab or anything like that, but yeah, by the grace of God, it stopped. I had to stop for the sake of my kids as well. I am so protective when it comes to my kids. Like, I don't want them to experience the things that we experienced. You know, it's not a nice thing. So I try with all means. My kids, they hardly go anyway. You know, not that I'm locking them up or anything, but yeah, they are always at home. You know, they don't have to be out there. Or I don't know what's going to happen at school, but especially my older daughter, I talk to her about such things, even though some things for now, she's still young, she's only 12. I cannot say much, yeah, until she grows.
Not only is Tabile breaking the cycle of rape in her family, she's starting a new path of light and cheer for generations to follow suit.
From my great-grandmother, this thing, it was like a generational curse, you know. It happened to my great-grandmother, my grandmother, my mom, now me, things like that. That's how it happened.
Welcome back to the show. Tabile has accepted how she was conceived, and now she is changing the lives of others who are going through similar pain through her NGO, Shilova Foundation. Let's have a look at this story.
Tabile Chauke has been through some tough times, but what she didn't know was that she only went through the rain first, and now she's smelling sunflowers and smiling through the rainbows.
I never knew myself. When I looked at myself, I thought, I'm just a person. I'm here to populate only, you know, in the world. That's how I saw myself, and I thought I don't have any purpose. There's nothing special about me because of the way I was conceived. That was a mentality that I had about myself, but only to find out that I was wrong. There was something big, you know, inside me. I'm here for a purpose, you know. So then I got to know who I am, you know. Why am I here? I'm special, I'm unique, I'm here to save souls, reach out to other young people, you know, just to show them that it's not the end of the world. We make mistakes, we go through things. No one comes here on earth by mistake, whether it's rape, one night stand, or your parents, they broke up. We're all here for a purpose.
Her purpose for life is now vivid.
After everything, then I discovered that I have a calling. I have a calling to win souls, you know, to preach the gospel, you know, fundisi. So, and then I got this training school, which is called Save the World Foundation. It's a ministry whereby they train you, you know. So they trained me for 3 months. So this is what we do. We go to schools, we travel to schools in the townships and also the rural areas. You know, we reach out to the students, the kids in high schools and primary schools by sharing our testimonies. You know, this, I tell them everything. I'm very open. I share my testimony with the kids. And then I preach the gospel to them, you know. I preach the gospel, I do the salvation, motivating them by also counseling them. Sometimes, you know, kids, when it comes to kids, it's very difficult for them to come forward.
Now she has people that she inspires and that see her for her contribution to the youth.
When I first met Tabile, she was someone who was not close to me. We were coming from different places, from different culture. But as I got to know her closely, I realized that we are more familiar, because most of the things she was going through, like being emotional, that's how I was. So it has helped a lot knowing her and being close to her, sharing a lot, and then finding solutions for the same problem, because as I said, like, we were facing similar things.
Yeah, you know, it's yes, that's so sad what she went through, and what most of the girls and the women around the country go through. So it's so unfortunate, but you know, according to her, the personality that she is, I'm very inspired. I'm very touched, and I hope most of the young people and young women would learn from her. My first impression with Tabile when she came here, I saw somebody who was humble, somebody who was dedicated, and then going along as her leader. And then what I was seeing, what I was thinking about her, it was true. It was true because she's a humble person, dedicated person, and then whatever she wanted to do, she pursued, and then she ended up finishing whatever she planned.
Tabile says she wants to leave a positive mark.
And I also have my own foundation. Yeah, I just registered it recently last year. It's called Shilova Foundation. Shilova means a flower, you know. So with mine, I focus more on the youth, you know, because of I know the experience, you know, being young, it's not that easy. You go through some, you know, rough things. So here, to me, I'm like a big sister to them. When they need something, their needs actually cosmetics, food, you know, things like that. Now you find that kids are dropping out of school. Why? There's no parents, or there are parents just that they cannot afford things like that. So I come in as a big sister to say, no, you can continue, I can help you do 1, 2, 3.
And Gogo is also proud of the new Tabile.
Oh, ke motlotlo, ke thabile jwang. Ke proud ka yena, ke thabile. O ka re a ka wa itse a feta maleng teng gore a guide le ba bang batjha gore bonang dilo tse di so ha di a loka a re etseng so gore a guide batjha ba bang ba tshwane le yena o kila bona. I couldn't believe gore o tla kena modimong o tla ba mo Kriste a ke a believe. So go fitleng mo a leng teng ke thabile haholo. Ke thabile go thaba ne ke sa believe. Yeah.
When I die, I want someone to say, I got saved. How? Tabile preached to me. I finished school. Why? Because Tabile was always there, supporting me, encouraging me. Those kind of things. I did this, I did that. Why? It says Tabile supported things like I want to be that person. I want to be that lady. Yes.
She says peace is her best friend and she also shares it with everyone.
I've never felt at peace or happy. Yes, I won't say my life is perfect. I do face challenges every now and then, but it's not like before. Before it was too much, man. There was this burden, there was this dark cloud, you know, like, yo. That time I gave up, like, I might as well just die. So what? If you tell me about God or anything, purpose, work, me, work, drive, me, I know I'm a passenger. You know, I was very negative. But now, like, I'm so passionate. You know, I love people. I love helping people. I don't want to see people suffer. I'm not saying I've got everything, but whatever that I have, that little thing, whatever thing that I have, I want to give it back to the community or to the youth. So that's me. I love the Tabile that I am today. I even call myself Tenyuko. I have another name now. It means a gift. So to me, it's like I'm a gift to the world, to the people of God. Yeah.
Difficult roads often lead to beautiful destinations. Tabi Lechauke's story has definitely shown us today that our past doesn't always have to determine our future. That was truly inspirational. From myself and the rest of the Stories Untold team, goodbye.